She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Conference Championship Power Rankings. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. Coming in at number 14, we've got the Chicago Bears. Now, when it comes to the Bears, they are still, honestly, a team that should move on from Mitch Trubisky. But I do think that the Bears have a good enough team to push for a playoff run, but with another quarterback. I mean, I know Nick Foles wasn't doing that good at the end of the stretch of the starts he's got, but at the beginning, he was doing very well. Regardless, I think that they should move on from Mitch Trubisky, but anyways, the Bears are a playoff contender with a new quarterback. Coming in at number 13, we got the Washington Football Team. And honestly, the Washington Football Team, after getting eliminated in the wild card, I still think that they need a new quarterback. They had their quarterback of the future, but it didn't turn out good for them. So they're going to have to try and get a new one in this draft. Maybe they get an early first round, early second round, who knows. Or mid. I think they have a mid-round pick, actually. But regardless of that, they need a new quarterback. And Kyle Trask could be there. Mac Jones could be there. And that North Dakota State quarterback whose name I've actually forgotten, maybe he could be there for the Washington Football Team. But as long as Alex Smith is there, Alex Smith will do the same thing for whoever is drafted by the Washington Football Team. The same thing that he did for Patrick Mahomes. Coming in at number 12, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. And honestly, the recent signing of Dwayne Haskins, I will have a video on that soon. But Dwayne Haskins to the Steelers, that may be something to look at. But the Steelers, they need to move on from Ben Roethlisberger, but not this next year. They need a bridge quarterback, and I think Ben Roethlisberger could be a bridge quarterback for whether it's, honestly, Haskins, Rudolph, Hodges, whoever it is. They need a bridge quarterback for whoever will take the reign after Ben Roethlisberger. Coming in at number 11, we got the Tennessee Titans, and the Titans are a very good team, honestly. Very good team, won their division. But when it comes to the playoffs, of course, we know what happened with them and the Ravens in the wild card. But regardless, they got a very good team led by Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill. And honestly, I will say that the Titans, if they not only keep the team that they have, but improve as well, they will not only make the playoffs, but go back to the AFC Championship game. And coming in at number 10, we got my Seattle Seahawks. And honestly, Seattle had a very good year this year, but it ended badly in the playoffs. But regardless, I think that even though I honestly want my quarterback to win the league's MVP, I am not delusional. I know they're not going to name him league MVP. An amazing start Russell Wilson had to this year is not good enough to win the league's MVP. That will most likely go to Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, or another player like that. Maybe Derrick Henry, who knows. But as far as I can see, Russell Wilson will not win the MVP. But this team of Seattle, if we keep improving, we keep giving some new defenders, we improve the defense, I think improve the offensive line, I think Wilson will not only win the MVP next year, but will also might be a Super Bowl champion for the second time in his career. And coming in at number 9, we got the Indianapolis Colts. And the Colts, after coming up with a Phillip Rivers retirement, I think that this Phillip Rivers is a very good quarterback. And honestly, we all knew that he was either going to retire this year or next year. One of the two was going to happen. It was this year. So hopefully Phillip Rivers has a very good retirement, as honestly, I think he's a Hall of Famer. Coming in at number 8, we got the Baltimore Ravens, and went into the divisional round, ended up losing there, but still, very good team, led by Lamar Jackson, Hollywood Brown, Mark Ingram just got released by the Ravens. But to be honest, what do I see from the Baltimore Ravens? A regression. And what I mean by regression is that I think that the Baltimore Ravens will regress, but not in the way we all think. I think they will still make the playoffs, but they will just not be the team that they were with Lamar Jackson and Hollywood Brown and Mark Ingram. I think that team is not long gone, but honestly, you can just say sayonara to that. But I'm not saying that Lamar Jackson is bad or anything, but I'm saying that Lamar Jackson right now is the best of the rushing quarterbacks, not named Russell Wilson or Josh Allen. I do think that both of them are ahead of him this year, but honestly, I can't dispute that he is one of the best quarterbacks in this league, and the Ravens will continue to make the playoffs, but not in the same fashion as this year. Coming in at number 7, we got the Los Angeles Rams, and coming up with a win over Seattle in the wild card. Impressive. Honestly, we knew they were going to lose to Green Bay. But regardless, we see a loss over Green Bay as something to look at. Honestly, we kicked out their backup quarterback, who was their starter last week, and they ended up beating us with their starter who was injured. But it wasn't the same thing against Green Bay. I knew they weren't going to win, but still, regardless of that, honestly, I think that the Los Angeles Rams will have trouble making the playoffs next year. But do I expect them to? No. But is it possible? Of course. But honestly, coming in and seeing this team, I think that they're good enough to make it back, but maybe not to the Super Bowl. Coming in at number 6, we got the Cleveland Browns, and coming off a first playoff appearance in 2002, coming off a first playoff win since 1994, and by the way, if I'm not mistaken, both Nick Saban and Bill Belichick were on that coaching staff of the Cleveland Browns. But regardless, let's talk facts. They beat the Steelers handily. That was a destruction of Pittsburgh. This was a tough matchup for Kansas City. I honestly thought it could go both ways looking at this game. And when Patrick Mahomes went down, I was like, oh my God, the Browns might make it to the AFC Championship game and head to Buffalo. But it looks like the Browns decided to be the Browns and lose in the divisional round to the Kansas City Chiefs. But to be honest, hey, making it to the divisional round, we weren't expecting you to beat the Chiefs. But man, you had one heck of a season, Cleveland. Coming in at number 5, we got the New Orleans Saints, and coming up with a loss. Coming up with a loss over the Bucs. Tom Brady advanced to the NFC Championship game while Drew Brees heads home. And is this Drew Brees' final game? Maybe. Maybe he comes back. If I'm not mistaken, he has 1 year left on his contract. Maybe he wants to do the Phillip Rivers thing and finish his contract. And honestly, I think that that's going to be what the Drew Brees is going to do. But regardless, I do think that the New Orleans Saints need to start searching for a quarterback, because is Taysom Hill the answer? Maybe. Is Jameis Winston the answer? No. I think that they'll either go with Taysom Hill or just start over. But regardless, I think that the Saints are a team that will make it back to the playoffs next year, but will have a bit of a problem with Tom Brady next year. Now, coming up at number 4, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off a win 30-20 over the New Orleans Saints. They will be in Green Bay. Last time the Packers faced off against the Bucs in Tampa. This time it's in Green Bay. But honestly, home field advantage doesn't work this year. This year and last year don't work. COVID honestly screwed that up. But I do think that in this team in Tampa Bay will have a lot of problems in the cold of Lambeau Field. And that will be a very big advantage for Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, and all those guys in Green Bay. That will be the advantage, but don't count out Tom Brady. Coming in at number 3, we got the Buffalo Bills coming off a win over the Ravens. And what do I think of this? I think of this as an incredible win for the Bills. Honestly, I thought that it was going to be a lot closer than this, but they've proven their worth, and they've proven that they are ready to face the Kansas City Chiefs, and this game is going to go down to the wire. If Patrick Mahomes plays, it's going to go down to the wire, and even if he plays, it's going to go down to the wire. But the Chiefs have a better chance of winning with Patrick Mahomes. Now we get on to number 2 with the Green Bay Packers, and after beating the Rams 18-32, I think they will be a match up to win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but don't count them out. I'm just saying, if Tampa Bay wins their chance to go to the Super Bowl and host it, this would be the first time an NFL team hosts a Super Bowl in their home stadium. If you want to count the San Francisco 49ers when it was at the Stanford Cardinals Stadium, honestly, I think that really doesn't matter. That is in near San Francisco, but it's not the San Francisco's home stadium. That was the other stadium that they had that they demolished. I don't remember its name, but honestly, Candlestick Park. That's what it is. Candlestick Park at the time. But regardless, I think that the Green Bay Packers will win over the Buccaneers. Now, finally, at number 1, the best team in the NFL in theory, the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Browns honestly had a good game, but 17-22, honestly, it was a very good game for both teams. Came down to the wire, and honestly, Cleveland came up short in the end. And honestly, Buffalo might come up short if Patrick Mahomes plays. If he doesn't, then I hope for the Chiefs to be able to at least do something without Patrick Mahomes. Now, this is the list of the teams that were eliminated from playoff contention either before the playoffs and during. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you think should be higher? Who do you think should be lower? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it. Subscribe and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.